Download, genocide internally, viruses plague laptops, mobile manslaughter, microwave brain fry, FBI takedowns on Mercury. The earth appears to be cracking. Carjack Jerry Springer security, unleash a deadly fad. Bulimic models, butt fuck the vice president of Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. Pirate radio on DMX with political kickbacks, lung cancer for greenbacks. Bulletproof limousines in third world countries, running from the future. Windows 00 in production now. Y2K when you can 2can. Panhandlers hustle modest slobs with their honest jobs. Bobbing the knob of some inflated bureaucrat. A computer chip small enough to be concealed in living crap rocks. Spend death in a cell. Hell in the concrete bayou. Young Republicans worship dead scientists while humanists worship doing what's right. Only to be thwarted by the majority of the population. Global ovulations bringing the answer to which came first. What's up with that? That's everybody to that Illuminati rap. Life sucks, we all know that. Get used to it. My name is Megabusive, this is what about in college. And I'm about to spread all the knowledge I got. If we get my bees knocking, I'ma put my hand on my job. Yell cops, put my hand up in the air and shake my ass like I don't a care in the world. Maybe even spit on your girl. Keep her away from the stage, even if she's underage. I might have to put her on my next black page. There ain't nothing for me to do. Except sit up on my goddamn crew. Y'all sorted the song before?
Yeah, Sergius, rip it.
Hey, we did collaboration.
Hey, who's the funny guy in the crowd?
Somebody know about Sergius.
Oh, it's fucking Cockfighter, you bastard.
Hey, just listen to the lyrics. Who said, that's it. Somebody's
Everything seems so meaningless, caught between feelings and lust, controlled by curiosity, driven by the thought that maybe one time you'll be right. Despite the wrong moves, bad moves, and attitude conflicts of interesting conversational context, my heart's on my sleeve. Still nearly impossible to believe I walk on and get my jog on and hope that love will find me before I move on to space. Never knowing what to think will get you at your weakest point, but just keep pushing. They say it hits when you're not looking, but I find it a lot harder to find things blindfolded, so I view to the front. And the floor don't move, but obviously I do, so why not step?
Mega B!
Shh, just listen. Shh. Your undivided attention. Just listen.
1 + 0 = 1, and that leaves room for additional digits, which might not add up, but make the problem that much more interesting. 1 + 0 = 1, and that leaves room for additional digits, which might not add up, but make the problem that much more interesting. 1 + 0 = 1, and that leaves room for additional digits, which might not add up, but make the problem that much more interesting. A sucker with heart, quite familiarized with gaming devices, surviving failed attempts at solidifying relations, negated through the lack of patience, removed from the minds of most, more often than not, caught up in the facts of life without a travel guide. Sometimes I want to lie back and croak. My pleas are not jokes, I need support. I seek sand from the sky, and dogs that speak the king's English. Weak and ill-willed, highly skilled, but nobody knows it matters for the moment. My own worst opponent, viewing myself from what seems like a bar, doomed to spend my life in an unfamiliar singles bar.
The center of the world.
Joe Molina's in the house, like a true player. Dirty Joe. 1 + 0 = 1, and that leaves room for additional digits, which might not add up, but make the problem that much more interesting. 1 + 0 = 1, and that leaves room for additional digits, which might not add up, but make the problem that much more interesting. 1 + 0 = 1, and that leaves room for additional digits, which might not add up, but make the problem that much more interesting. Well, thank you very much. I don't know who you are. I'm highly upset that I had to fucking spend so much time here to do so little for you. But fuck it. Word up. Enjoy the show.